What is up, YouTube? All right, so let's get into this. So, first, I'm going to give you the definition of what an industry plant is. Then, I'll get on to why I believe Tom MacDonald is an industry plant. So, the definition of an industry plant is an artist who has a major or indie label backing their movement, but presents himself as a quote unquote homegrown startup label to create a pseudo organic following. They act as if things are miraculously happening for them based on their talents. And in parentheses, it's via blog coverage, media coverage, MTV playing their videos, etc. So, so some examples of some industry plant artists are Blueface, what's that Old Town Road guy? Lil Nas X, and Billie Eilish, Post Malone. So like probably the one you all most know is Post Malone. And you remember how like suddenly apparently like um, what was that song? Wait, I'm blanking out right now. Let me remember that song. It was a while ago. One of his first favorite songs, Post Malone. Let me search it up right now. Songs. I don't want to die too young. No, that's not it. Shit. It's not showing up when I look it up. That's how old it is. It's not too young. Whited version. Yeah, yeah. So what a version y'all remember when that blew up like millions of plays like overnight apparently on SoundCloud, and then like he's got this crazy production just with all of his music videos right away, and he blew up right away. But what these major indie labels do is they like try to make some sort of appealing persona attached to the artist to try to just like and they like boost like they like pay for plays on SoundCloud or pay for YouTube views, et cetera, just to make that whole illusion that they're blowing up, and they have connections with other like labels in order to get like shout outs or collabs from famous artists or celebrities, which makes again the illusion that it seems like they're naturally blowing up, but in reality it's all set up. It has obviously been working out for a lot of these artists, but there are industry plants that did fail. But most of them, it's been happening a lot more frequently nowadays. Some are more subtle than others, uh, but now let's get to Tom MacDonald. So I think I'm the first one on YouTube that's going to be talking about like how he's an industry plant. That's at least what I believe. Because I noticed like there were a number of signs that just tailored to him potentially being an industry plant. So first, I'm going to start with what his most famous like one of his most famous songs is White Boy. It's just basically like just kind of like promoting equality and just saying like a lot of people are like hating on white people, meaning like hating on the white people that aren't racist but but there's people nowadays who claim that every single white person's racist. uh but yeah, you just gotta listen to it to like understand what I'm talking about. But so like a lot of his music has to do with like political and social issues, mainly like yeah, and like yeah, so he's like kind of a shock kind of rapper, you know what I mean? Just trying to get like a lot of attention from that. It's like he's got dope music, but yeah, but and it seemed like it seems like he wouldn't be an industry plant considering he's making this sort of content that's like social and political in this kind of social and political ideology. But uh the indicators that I find that he may be an industry plant, uh maybe where I first started to notice was I noticed all the comments, and whenever I happen to notice any sort of fake views or fake comments, they tend to be kind of similar things being said. Just like they seem relatively legit, but if you like uh, read it again and kind of like think about it, that you're like, wait a minute, this seems like fake. So like one example was I remember there was like a top comment uh, that was saying like, "Oh, I love Tom MacDonald's music. Like I've been listening to it like for several years now. Blah blah blah." Even though at the time his oldest song posted was less than a year before then. And you all may be thinking from just that, that's just a conspiracy theory. But wait, there's more. All right, so another thing too is like looking at all his production quality, it seems like really good, but it seems and like every single like song is like really good, the production quality. But the thing about that though is like uh that's what happens the same thing with industry plants, and he doesn't have a single song that's in like lower quality, but it's like the industry plants, I notice it's like great production quality, but not to a point where it's like extremely incredible like Migos or stuff like that. It's like to a point where it's like feasible, like you're able to do this kind of video production, but it's just like extremely high quality. I don't know how to explain it very well. Like people who are into video production would understand what I'm saying. Maybe others as well. So all right, I'm gonna say more so then you believe me. So another thing too is I noticed mainly when he was starting to blow up, there was tons of reaction videos to his song "White Boy," and that was one of his first famous songs, um, or first songs in general. And I don't know if you know about Kid Boo, but Kid Boo's some SoundCloud rapper, some rapper that didn't come out till like too long ago. But what he did, he I don't believe he's an industry plant. I've heard that he's an industry plant, but either way, like what he did is he would pay for tons of um like reaction videos. Like he would pay for people to make those reaction videos, which like if you watch the reaction videos of Tom MacDonald's White Boy song, you can tell it's very forced and just completely positive, and then attempting to be a tiny bit critical, but like it's all basically positive, and you can tell it's just forced and paid. But I don't think it's forced and paid like in a sense that it's like Kid Boo, where it's like not an industry plant. I think it's like forced and paid by like a major indie label, like an industry plant, because like these are YouTubers that like I'm assuming it would cost a decent amount to get them to talk. Most of them of these reaction videos versus like Kid Boo didn't have like that big people talking for the reaction videos. So another thing too is let's see what else. Yep. Okay, two more things. So I don't know if well, if you're first hearing about Tom MacDonald for the first time right now, you wouldn't know this, but Tom MacDonald and a rapper named Mac Lethal had beef, and they made like diss songs to each other, and they made like I think two diss songs each. But I can 100% tell, well, not 100, but like 90% that this was planned. Uh, I think it because like Mac Lethal was just like basically talking about how like Tom was just like maybe not saying the right stuff regarding like social issues or whatever, uh, and like dissing him like about that and stuff like that. But the thing I find suspicious about that is like listening to Mac Lethal like talk in his other songs and stuff like that. I noticed that I can just sense his political and social views are relatively similar to Tom MacDonald, so I wouldn't understand him dissing Tom MacDonald for that. I think it was set up uh because I bet what it is like they both like work together. Like, oh yeah, we could both get like publicity from this. Yeah, we'll just do it like a mutual kind of like a fun thing, and we'll pretend this beef. You know what I mean? Just for publicity. Or it could even be to the point where like Tom literally paid Mac Lethal. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, check it out. You can find it like all over YouTube. And so then the one last thing I was gonna say is the recent thing that happened with Tom MacDonald. He made a video about like how his song "If I Was Black" like wasn't gonna be released. Um, because apparently, like in the label he's in, they called him saying like, "Oh, someone at the office got triggered. I mean, like got offended by this song, so we don't want to post it." Blah blah blah. This that, and so apparently Tom said that he switched labels, but because he didn't want to bother dealing with that, and that's ridiculous. And he was going on a rant how like horrorcore rappers and then like other sorts of rappers like talk about extreme kind of content, and their stuff is still able to be posted on all these platforms, etc., and like put out there. But his song, which is like talking about the hardships of like being black and in the US, and like how it's hard and like that it would be difficult if he were to be in that position, if he were to be black, and he can understand their hurt and pain. You know what I mean? But so like before he was able to release that song, he made that like video, like talking about all that. But I thought it was gonna be a thing where it like could have potentially been a some sort of an offensive song. Uh, so that's why I would have understood that potentially someone could have gotten upset at the office about that or something like that. But since it's like defending black people, I think like that I like it wouldn't have been banned, you know what I mean? Uh so I think that video was just to like fire people up, just to like yeah, just get more publicity. Like if you look at all the ways he's doing publicity, like getting more publicity, it's like a really 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 mild different version of 6ix9ine, or maybe not actually. Like 6ix9ine did it in different ways. But 6ix9ine, but yeah, anyways, I think all these like publicity stunts is all like set up. I don't think almost anything about him is legitimate except for his like views potentially. Um I do like his music, but yeah, I'm just saying that I think he's an industry plant. I don't think it's a bad thing that he's in an industry plant at all. I'm just saying, like, I think he's, or I don't think it's bad that anybody's an industry plant, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm just saying that's my theory that I believe he's an industry plant. But thank you for watching. That is my first analyzation of anything on this channel. So I hope you enjoy, and please subscribe and listen to my music and my other videos. Thank you. Bye.